Why does save as not work? I wish, man. uh. Let's see. What would be the steps? Open a new project file with text editor and add a new module with a new desired name under modules. Not doing this will break your live code functionality. Add a new module with a new project name. Do this, create a folder, then add the following files to that folder. Copy the contents into that file and replace old project name with new project name, then add new project name HC below for the header file contents. Okay, so you're making new build. You're making a new build file. Instead of copying it, can't you just edit the current build file? Look for the header file contents. Go to project directory, source, old project name.cpp, and replace. Implement primary game module with default game module implementation, old project name. Oh, there must be a process to like retarget it to the new name. God, this is gonna suck. Oh, this is gonna suck. I went around looking at this year's games and everything looks like it's flopping hard. Big projects that look good just flop. Is game dev oversaturated? Brother, the world is oversaturated. I don't know what to tell you. The world is oversaturated. What do you want me to tell you? Game dev is the most accessible thing it's been in it's at its most accessible it's ever been. So yeah, I guess it could be oversaturated, but it's, you know, so is every business endeavor in existence when you think about it. Yeah. Go to project directory and replace. Target DCS file. You've been just restart the editor. Go to project settings, project description, about project name. Put in your new project name. Without this, your project will show up as UE or so in the task manager. I just want to change the name. I think that'll be nice. Oh yeah, we kept it a first person BP game template. Yeah, very good. Very good. Very good. What's this video? So they're just following what seems to be duplicate the old name project folder, rename the duplicate folder to new name, open the new name folder, rename. So that's safe to do, the duplication process. Probably a good idea. Can't you change the .exe name after you made it? It's not that simple. Not that simple, unfortunately. Ask ChatGPT. Brother, I got something called Google and my eyeballs. I think I'm okay. Should be fine. You know, I appreciate the idea. It's a very good idea, but I don't need it. I'm also gonna want to rename the original. If I rename the original folder, am I gonna fuck things up? I think I will. Because there's a file path associated to the... well, we'll see. Let's see what happens. Tower game. We will now replace this to be tower game. Surely renaming the root folder before the project folder is fine, right, guys? Right? Nobody laugh. It's not funny. As a test, let's try reopening it first before we move on. Golden, ICA, how's it going? Hope Sufire is doing well. I haven't looked at the sales in a while. I'm sure it's doing well, though. I think it's at 89% now. People are just... Yeah, it's at a point where like, listen, I'll release some updates for it, but... you know, I did the best I could for my first game release. I did the best I could. I still will release some updates for it. I think we have 2 like major updates that I like to release, and then that's about it from there. You know, we got negative comments like, feels the same as playing random unblocked games at school. We got stuff like that. And then there's another comment that says, don't listen to the hype, it's really mid. What hype? What hype? I'm confused. What hype? What hype? I literally have not even hyped up the game that much at all. I was actually trying to not hype it up at all, to not get people with like a high expectation of it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyways, I just work here. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate the 5456 folder. Can I just do Control D in the File Explorer? Yes. That deleted it. Control D is the delete button. Today I learned Control D is delete. Is it Shift D? I don't know. Let me just copy paste. Let's just fucking copy paste it. You could probably change the executable, but I just want to change all this stuff. Super Hire is abandonware now. God, I hate my job. My career choice. Hold on. I'm copying the project and repasting it. So the process is as follows. Krim will make an expansion for Superfire 100%. It's free money. I don't think making an expansion would do anything for the game. Honestly, I don't think it would do much for the game. I think at its core, there are issues in the core gameplay mechanic design and just the core design that I'm unhappy with. It's just, it would take way too long to fix those issues. Why is there a bunch of WAV files in here? I'm seeing a bunch of WAV files. A bunch of sound effects. So I don't know if I'd make an expansion. I think I'd rather use that time up to just make a new game. And hopefully it doesn't flop. The number one thing I hate about having a successful first game, it's great, but it's also like, oh shit, what if the next game doesn't do as well and it fucking flops? Like that, there's a high probability of it occurring. We should just make train friend slop. We should just go back to the train friend slop concept. That I think works well. Train friend slop. Train friend slop. Think about it. No, because that'll flop. No. It's friend slop. It's train friend slop. Just fail faster. Yeah. Choo Choo Charles, but it's friend slop. Think about it. Okay, you got peak. You got like 4 checkpoints or whatever. You got a train. You have to keep it going with your friends. And if you slow down too much and you don't put coal in it by like going around and mining shit and finding items that are scattered around, then things come after you. Yes! Yeah! Can I chuck my friend into the train to keep it going? Well, is their name Cole, as in C-O-L-E, and then you can use them as coal, as in C-O-A-L, then yes. Check their Steam name. If it's Cole, then you can let it through. All right, Cole, we got to let you in. We got to put you in the generator, Cole. Would it be possible to add mid-level switching in the camera, top down and third person? It's in the input settings, axolotl. You can change the hotkey. I think on controller, there's no hotkey for it by default. On mouse and keyboard, it's P. So you can switch between top down and third person. Have one of the players be the killer and sabotage the train? No. Just be friend slop. You all work together to get to the end, to get to the final station. But that's multiplayer, and I don't know how to make a multiplayer game yet. So that's why I'm avoiding making that at the momento. If Steam name equals coal, set use as fuel, true. Yeah. Can I show you what I'm working on? Yeah, sure. I guess the thing with the friend slop game is like, how much do you really need to like do from a multiplayer standpoint? I guess that's a good question to ask as well. All right, it's time to rename the project. Do you remember that top-down zombie shooter I showed you a while back called Dead Nation? Probably not. I probably don't remember it. So he's switching the name of the .u project. We're going to switch it over to Tower Game. He's probably also going to switch over the solution file, or he's going to delete the solution file if I were to guess. Okay, edit the U project file. Not Sword Game? I don't know, I'm calling it Tower Game. I probably could call it Sword Game, though. Okay, so we're going to rename this to Tower Game. Even though we should probably call it Sword Game. I guess we could call it Sword Game. Nah, whatever, fuck it, we'll call it Tower Game. Because what if we end up making it so the primary weapon is a gun? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think we will. Did I learn how to do more accurate GI in Lumen? What the hell? This guy's a genius. Why is it? Wait, is this in, oh, it's in UEFN? That's looking pretty good, man. Cool. You get some... I do actually remember you showing me a project like this. What is the market desire for top-down games in UEFN? I'm curious. I am curious of that element. I do think one thing that I would maybe do as a complaint is the occlusion effect only affecting one mesh at a time. It does look a little weird, and I feel like you're kind of fighting with the camera like 99% of the time. I think using top-down puts your game in new perspective category. It would also be in zombie section. It gets good discovery. Interesting. I see. I see. Yeah, I could see it being a little too easy, but I guess when you have enemies that also shoot at you, I guess it becomes a little harder. I don't know what kind of zombies there are provided in UEFN. I don't know if it's like the regular zombies from Save the World or whatever. Yeah, looking good. There's a boss as well? Is that what's going on here? Very cool, man. Yeah, good stuff. Keep it up. The standard light intensity and exposure values in UE5 suck. They do. Especially when you, especially when you start messing around with the exposure, because it's actually like not proper values. Apparently, in terms of like realistic lumen, light values. I'm assuming he would delete the solution file, right, and clear all of those binaries. Okay, so he goes into source, and now we're going to rename all of this. Oh, good lord. Oh my god. We're going to call it Tower Game, because I think that encompasses it in the best way possible. Hopefully this YouTube video doesn't fucking suck balls. The video better work. And now we have to edit the shit inside. Can I refresh this? Refresh. Refactor this. Reload project. Yeah. Load failed? What do you mean load failed? Oh, great. Do I have to open this fucking thing again? I don't use UE, so sorry if it does. Don't worry about it. Wait, did he change the... No, go away. Did he change the solution file name? Or is he going to rebuild it? I literally just need to edit this. Oh, hey, look, notepad. God, there's gonna be a lot of renaming in this stream. There's gonna be a lot of renaming in here. Yeah. Yeah. Tower game feels generic enough for me to work off of. Okay, rename the root folder of this one here, tower game, and then we're gonna have to go probably build file, change that, edit. Oh, you know, find and replace would be really handy right here, I think. I think it would actually be extremely helpful if we did find and replace. Okay, edit the CPP file. Notepad++. I don't have Notepad++ installed. Why is there a test class in here? Who the fuck are you and what do you want from me? Is this the only C++ class we have in this entire project? Oh my god, it is. What? What? We could probably delete these. It's going to generate a new solution file, so you could probably delete the old one. You probably also want to delete the old binary files because all of that's going to get changed up. So let's goodbye. Let's delete saved. Let's delete intermediate. Let's delete binaries, VS, and .idea because all of these are going to be redone. I think you delete binaries. Yeah, sure. Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, shit. Do we have to go in the config file and change some shit in here? Scanning. Scanning. So far, so good. I don't see anything in here that requires. This is fine. Wait, default engine. He has some engine redirects. Yeah, we got some old stuff here. I don't know. Okay. Right. And that's going to be the new one. Would we not need the old thing? And then he's making a new section, game name equals... Oh! Uh-huh. Okay. There's no way that's it, right? There's gotta be a little bit more to it, right, guys? Okay, we're really lucky because we don't have any... we don't really have any C++ classes yet. So we're kind of in the fucking blue here because there's no C classes in here yet. So we actually kind of saved our ass here by not working on the project more. Because otherwise we'd have to change every... So here's the problem with changing a project name. You'd have to go in literally everywhere where the class name is, I don't know what you would call this in C++. It's like fucking forming the thing, whatever. You'd have to rename all of these. Luckily, we only have a test class. So we're good. I'm assuming there's no like include file name here. It's just test class. And then the .h for this, I've already changed it to tower game. Okay, I think we're safe because we changed the name at a relatively early point of the project. If this project was Suit for Hire, we'd be fucked. if we wanted to change the project name of Suit for Hire, that would be screwed because there'd be so many C++ classes. Now, I think there's a function in like probably in Writer to do like replace all in all of the files in a project. So like that would probably save our ass. But let's see if tower game works. First, I probably want to go into the solution file and build the project because I deleted all the binaries and whatnot. And hopefully building works in Writer now. Yeah. You know, Dev. Seems you finished your game finally. Suit for Hire is still being worked on behind the scenes, kind of. I'm still working on a couple updates, so almost there. But basically, like on stream, I am working on the next thing, the next game. Prepare for solution, can't build. Chances are I'll probably just have to switch to Visual Studio. Let's see if I can run it from Writer. Great. It still has that issue with the .NET. I need to install the new .NET SDK or whatever. UE 5.6 Writer IDE.NET SDK. Because I would like to use Writer without having to fucking deal with this shit. Which version am I on? Let me just go here. I'm on 2024.1.7. I think I'm just gonna update my Writer. 2025.2.3. Let me just update it. And maybe that'll help with some bullshit. It's awesome to hear. Yeah. Well, terrifying. You know, terrifying too, a little bit. Could be a little scary. For every hour you spend on your design write-up, you save it 10x on developing? Kind of, yes and no. I do think planning things ahead of time is good, but planning too much, I think, is a problem. I think plan while you go is a good way of doing things. Plan while you're working. Oh, I also need the version 9 of the .NET SDK requires at least version 17.11 of MS Build. Fuck. Hold on, I'm updating my Writer. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Okay, restart. What's my biggest hurdle in game dev? My mental health. My mental health. Yeah. My biggest hurdle is myself, because I am my worst enemy. Updating Writer to Writer build 243. Yeah. Yeah. I've been feeling burnt out and overthinking that my game is trash at the moment. Get people to try it. Get people to play it. Get to that point ASAP. Get people playing it ASAP. See what they say. Because at the end of the day, we are our worst critic. That's why negative reviews hit so hard. Because we are our worst critic at the end of the day. Unless you're extremely prideful, then I don't know what to tell you. You need therapy, potentially. Unless you are a narcissist, which then at that point, I can't help you. In fact, I probably can't help you anyways. Yeah, honestly, I think that's the biggest hurdle. I think the biggest hurdle right now, currently in my situation, is I'm scared of failing for the next game when the first game did so well, releasing it. I think that's my current hurdle. But I'm trying my best to not be like, okay, I need to one-up the other game. It's more so, I need to one-up my own skills. And that, in turn, will hopefully create a better game for the next game. And just learn from what I learned from the previous game. But honestly, I think mental health is just a constant hurdle. It's a constant thing to pay attention to. Updating writer build 243 to writer build 252. What? Oh, right, 25 rather than 24. I can't read numbers. I'm stupid. I'm a dummy. And by mental health, I meant my brain, because I'm fucking dumb. You thought mental health meant mental health as in depression. No. It's because I'm stupid. Especially in the creative space, too. Yeah. Game development is a mix of technical and artistic vision and creativity. And creative fields are a very, like, there's a constant inner battle while working on stuff. Man, I've really been a while since I've updated my writer, huh? I've been using a dinosaur version.
Shit my pants, I did. Huh?
5 years passed. One game released. What is this new game? Face holding back tears emoji.
New game. He was confused on how to say new game. Felix, thank you for the 63 months. What's this new game? It's Sword Game. Not Ronin. Let's see if .NET is fixed now. Ooh, wow, new UI. Ooh. Roar. Wow. I haven't messed with this new UI. My biggest hurdle with game development is the regret of going into game development. I could be making more money, literally anybody anywhere else. But I love doing this, and that is my biggest problem. Okay, where's the build button? Try uProject mode? What's the difference? Oh, uProject mode is like... Dude, I'm trying to... Hold on. I somehow got into instructional design. I don't even know what that is. If it wasn't for my job, I have no idea what I'd be doing. There's no way I was getting a real job in game dev. Don't ask me how to get a job in this industry. I don't fucking know. I have a friend of a friend. Oh no, I'm lagging. Ah! Damn it, man. It showed me like lagging off screen. You can't do that. Oh, man. I wonder if the writer link install is also going to install the correct .NET SDK version. Real game dev has fallen apart in the last 300 days. All big studios have. To Microsoft, Bethesda, all small AAA studios fallen apart in Apocalypse. Without alarming anybody, this is a thing that's not just happening in the tech space, but like all over the place. Yeah. Like medical space is kind of fucked. Entertainment space is falling apart. Like Hollywood is like getting fucked right now. Like, that's why I always encourage people to, if they can, if they have the time, if they have the energy to. I understand having a job is very difficult to do other things on the side. I get it. Especially if you have a kid too, if you have a family to take care of, it becomes very challenging. But if you have the time and the energy to do so, I would recommend trying to build up income that is mostly only reliant on you and yourself rather than a company to pay all your bills. Like if you can, you know, make some marketplace assets or something. You know what I mean? Sell some stuff. Get your name out there. Do little things like that. Just do something that is non-reliant from an employer if you can. And I know not everybody has that privilege to be able to do that. At the end of the day, the only person that can tell you if you can actually do it is yourself. You know, if you feel like you're tired every day coming from work and whatnot, figure out why. Come up with ways to maybe get out of that rut. I don't know, but everyone's going to be different, and I'm not going to tell you things. Am I building from source? No, I'm just building a project because we renamed everything, and I need to figure out why my writer isn't building. Crim trying to get cheap assets? Nah, man, I gotta... Shit's fucked now. I said went for an IT position that was part-time but permanent. Little did I know I got laid off after 8 months. Yeah, IT companies. I'd rather die than have to work IT, I think. After hearing so many stories of IT. I'd rather not. But tried turning it off and on and again. Well, I kind of did. I updated the... I think it's working now, because this would have returned an immediate error. And the fact that it's building means that our .NET... I would assume our .NET SDK is working now. I think all it needed was updating writer. I was using a 2024 version. Yeah, I think we're good. We're good now. Let me take a look at this writer UI, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's hot. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Am I going to be making devlogs again? I'd like to. I did like making devlogs. I think it was a big driving force for me. I did really enjoy it. I just have to figure out what to do to... I think I'm just not going to give a fuck. I'm just going to go into it. Not care what people say. I can't really do that, though. To be honest, I think anybody who says, oh, I don't listen to what people say, I think maybe you might be able to have a thick skin for, like, comments up front, but I think as things pile up, I think it creates a debt. I think that's what happened to me with all the Steam reviews and stuff and seeing all the comments that people say. I think it does impact me to an extent. My IT horror story, old lady calling her TV won't start. It's in settings when she turns it on / off. I tell her to hold the power button for 5 seconds. It goes into normal TV. 30-minute phone call later, I'm going to get to the place. I get there when she shows me how she's holding the power button. Never mentioned she needs to hold the power button down for 5 seconds. Oh, she told you that you never mentioned that you have to hold the power button down for 5 seconds? Yeah, classic. TLDR, person stupid. I just fucking give me the TV, man. She didn't hold it down, she just touched the power button? Wait, so you telling me that she didn't even press the button at all? She just touched it? How are you doing, Nord? Since the beginning of August, I've been unemployed. It fucking sucks, man. Touch it gently. Firmly grasp it. Man, I really like this Rider UI. It's fucking slick. Damn, it's slick. It's slick. This shit is slick. It's tasteful. The UI is nice and tasteful. You got a nice little gradient at the top here. God damn. Damn. Me overanalyzing one tiny thing. What the icon. What? It is tasteful though. Meanwhile, you got fucking UE4 with a fucking construction line at the top that expands the entire thing. Ah. You can make the menus always show along the top, which is also handy. I am looking forward to seeing more of this software as I use more C++. I am looking forward to seeing more of this. I think JetBrains is cool. JetBrains currently, you know how it goes. You know, someone buys out a company and then they make it shit. ZBrush, happened to ZBrush, happened to Substance Painter, probably happening to Affinity right now. Who knows what the fuck they're doing? It always, you know, you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. You know what I mean? But so far, JetBrains, they're cool, and I hope they find more success. It's like easy. It's like a really nice and easy, simplistic, minimal UI, but it's got flavor to it. You know? It's like a nice, delicious chocolate cake that's not like overbearing, but it's good quality chocolate, and it's got a little cherry on top. I ain't talking those shitty 4-stacked cakes with 4 layers. I'm talking just a singular layer of cake. A nice fucking... I'm really hungry. I'm extremely hungry all of a sudden. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's confusing. Popping in for a bit. That's about as far as it went. How you doing, Pennant? Then eat? I can't. 1, I'm streaming. 2, I got my fucking braces in. And that's a whole ordeal to take out and everything. So far, so good. I think the rename worked. So far, so good. We got to delete those test class files. I don't want to see them anymore. Get them out of here. LTT is unwatchable with those damn braces. Wait, does Linus Tech Tips have braces now? 100% it'll break at 73 out of 74. Someone ban that guy. Mods. Mods. Bad juju. We got some bad juju in the stream. Wait, did LTT get like braces or something? Oh, he does have braces. Wait, does he have braces or Invisalign? Oh no, it's straight up metal braces. I have an Invisalign. It looks kind of like he has metal braces though. Like traditional metal braces. I can't tell. I can't tell if they're attachments for an Invisalign or... me flipping the frame back to see what kind of braces he has. Is that metal braces? It is metal braces. That literally looks like metal braces. Yeah, I guess you can hear a little bit of like his voice changing because there's a little like, oh my god, look at that. I'm pretty sure that was in before, but it looks cool. Performance. Environment. Leaks IP. Wait, hold on. Okay, we're good. I did not leak my IP. That would have been funny. Not Linus Noob Tips. That dweeb is just horrid. What's wrong with him? Guys, you guys got to let go of your hatred. Let go of the hatred. It is a path to the dark side. Alright, this is like basically a new project, so all of my past... Freaking... Where's my shit? What's the new project going to be? Continuing the mini project? It's the sword game one with the demons. This is probably what I'll be working on. Yeah. I think. I don't know. How long would it take you to build Hitman? I don't know. How much time I got before I die? World's first, a game developer successfully changed the name of a UE project. I actually don't even know. Has it changed in the top here? Yes. Yes. Right now, the sword slashes don't feel very impactful. But that being said, I don't think that's our current problem. Okay, so first thing on the task list, rename project entirely. Done. Done. Done, done, done. Done deal. Done, done diddly done. Done. Reparent the following files to new inherited C++ classes. Okay. I now get to use all of the UE5 goodies. All of the new UE5 stuff, like the half full screen view, which is pretty sick. I hate these buttons. Can we get these buttons out of here? Someone get these fucking buttons out of here. I don't care for them. Can we actually get rid of those? I was just about to ask if it's UE5 or 4 for this project. UE5. I think I think it's inevitable to switching to UE5. UE5 just has so many good things. They're starting to come out with some optimization stuff, which I think is great. I'm just gonna be using DX11 without Nanite or Lumen, and then working my game around this. So I think one of the things I'd like to do is remove the concept of throwing swords and instead turn it into the bow and arrow that we have planned. And then maybe we can also put the put in the punching, but we need to make an animation for the punch. Do I have, I think I do have... This game already has Coyote Time, which is really funny. Pretty funny. I'd also like to get strong attacks in. Maybe we remove the camera tilting, by the way. I don't know if I like it. Either that or it's not subtle enough. Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, first, before we do this, we gotta convert some of the stuff to C++. And then, ideally, I guess we'd work on the abilities. So, melee weapon, quick slash, which is kind of currently in the game, sort of. But then we want strong slash. Holding button. So we want a way to hold the button to do strong attacks, and that will deal more damage, and it gives more control over the player's controls, which I think, in my opinion, I don't know, I like things like that. I know I talked about it earlier, but I really think that's I think that's like a really good thing to have, is like giving more control over the player. So that would be like something I'd like to do here. Maybe we could do that today. Is that important though? No, I think the punch slash interact would be probably the next thing I'd want to put in. Do we even have an interact key in the game? I actually don't even know. Whoa, why is there cast to the enemy grunt? We are not going to be doing that. That is not happening. Okay, we have some iframes. I'm kind of like getting back into this project. Iframes, good. It lasts for a second and 33 seconds. 1.33 seconds? That's a really long amount of time for iframes. Or invincibility. We have a boolean for is dead. I am definitely not doing any of that again. We had that in Suit for Hire. I'm for sure not fucking with that. That is not happening. We have a level master variable here. Okay, death is fine. We don't need to touch that for now. Let's work on the punch real quick, because we need an interact key anyways, I think. Is power throw. This we're going to delete because we're going to be changing how the throwing stuff works. So this is going to be changed entirely. Interesting. Should stop all montages. Interesting. A new boolean in play montage. That's something new. Okay. Actually, that's under the feature list. Let's go ahead and do interact key slash punching. Let's also, we might as well, I don't know if we're going to keep the kick, but we might as well make do charge up kick attack. What about throwing knives instead? I think that would be just a different secondary weapon. I think the idea is we can put in different types of secondary weapons that do different things. And throwing knives would be like, if you pulled them out at the correct time, it would do a parry. I think we'll do stuff like that because I think that will add a lot of like fun elements to the game and different kinds of play styles for players. So I'm thinking that's probably what we're going to do. But before we start editing all of these blueprints, I think we want to reparent them to some new C++ classes. How do we add a C++ class? Because I don't remember how to. I think it's in tools. Yes, tools. This is going to be tower character. Tower game character? Tower character? Sure, tower game character. Create class. It's loading up Visual Studio for some stupid fucking reason. Oh god. Hold on. Man! This motherfucker. Let me close Visual Studio. think Ryder. Ryder is already refreshed. Ryder, you're the G, Ryder. You're the G. I use a bunch of different stuff, Biku. I use marketplace assets here and there. I use code editor. Source code editor, Visual Studio. No, Ryder. Is my new game using UE5? Yes. UE5 DX11. Use Cinti characters, half of Steam releases. I'm never using Cinti assets again. I'd rather stub my toe. These 3 dots don't work. They don't do anything. Maybe it's... That doesn't do anything. This button doesn't do any... Is this bugged? Is this UI bugged? I think this UI is bugged. I'm gonna go ahead and just close this and we'll run it from Ryder instead. Oh, interesting. It was attached. Weird. It was attached, but it wasn't attached. What game am I making? It's like an action roguelite. We have code. Why is the validator throwing up errors when I don't even have a validator in the project? ¿Por qué? That was a headshot to Cinti. Yeah. I think their assets fucking suck. Shoehorns you into a really horrid workflow, in my opinion. Okay. So we created a character called Tower Game Character. Very good. It's funny because it actually does not... The test classes are not appearing. I wonder if we can delete these. Would I break the project if I delete them? Are they demons? That's the current design, but I think we are probably going to have different designs for enemies in the future. These are just like little test guys just to test out what we got so far. It has enough like little variation for some stuff, but... Can you add the Biden Blast to this game? Yeah, we can look into it. We can look into the Biden Blast. Biden Blast. Okay, so we have a character. Now, let's make a controller. What did we call this? Tower Game Character? We're going to call this Tower Game Controller. Okay, it opened up what I had, which means I've set it up correctly. Although I don't know why live coding is opening. I guess it makes sense. Please go in here. No, you can't? Okay, well, I guess you can't. I guess you cannot go in there. Before I use any of these, I'm going to restart the engine because creating new files I don't think is very good for live coding. So now we have a controller and a character. We need a game instance. Surprisingly is not specified as a common class, which is kind of fucking crazy. Tower game instance. Let's just do tower game instance. I'm gonna go crazy if I have to read tower game instance. Okay, tower game instance. Okay. Then the last thing is the base enemy character. So we got that being said, it's a character. I would like to use a pawn in the future, but let's just stick with this for now. So this is going to be tower game enemy character. And this is our base enemy class. So, before I continue, I'm going to restart the engine. I don't trust live coding to be, you know, clean enough for all of this before reparenting everything. Okay, okay, let's go. So now from here, we're going to go to our core folder. The first person character, we're going to reparent it to our new character class, which is going to be tower game character. And we didn't really edit anything there, so this should, our guy should still work as usual. All the C+ videos I watched that turn live coding off, it's ass. Yeah, I don't know if it's very good. Okay, so that is now binded to our C++ class. What we're probably going to want to do is replace some of the blueprint variables and turn them into C++ variables. I've had countless blueprints get corrupted as a result of using live coding. The thing is, I don't think I'm ever going to use it, so we might as well just disable it. I'm pretty sure that's an editor preference thing. Yeah. Just don't trust it. Especially right now, when I don't have any source control for this project yet. I'd rather not have any kerfuffles after all of this setup. Welcome back, Golden. So we did the controller, the game instance. I don't really care for the game mode at the moment because I probably won't be using it extensively. Two-hour stream, 15 minutes of work done. What? What? Okay, I'm confused. Where's our enemy code? Oh, it's in core enemy. Whatever. Okay, a lot of our setup is done. Now we can actually start doing things. Start working on the video game. Seeing what kind of things we'd want to do. Sliding feels very inconsistent. And you also don't know when you're sliding. So that would be something I'd like to maybe work through. So that's something I'd like to fix and work on. But how the hell does this work? Why is the sun just a small dot in the sky? I think the concrete hit is not using the right sound profile. Okay, interact / punch. The max FPS keeps changing. That's what makes the stream lag. Yeah, I think the other thing was hot reloading. I don't know. I'm not going to use either. Honestly, anytime I do any sort of C++ changes, large likelihood I'm just going to end up restarting the engine anyways. It would be more ideal to not have to do that, but such is life. Such is life. So monitoring, we can put you to the side. The other big thing we're going to have to do is recreate all of these variables that we have in our character and put them into C++. Which is going to suck. I could probably copy paste a bunch of this stuff. But let's see what we can clean up first, because there's probably a bunch of bad code in here. Movement state, running, vaulting, sliding. I guess that's okay. Can slide could be turned into a gameplay tag. Crouching could be turned into a gameplay tag. I don't think input buffer is being used anymore. So you can probably delete that variable. Let's also see what other any unused variables are here. Delete unused variables. Arms delayed rotation. Yeah, let's see if it's actually being used or not. I'll see. Yep, it's not being used. Okay, goodbye. R is to reset level. We're going to delete this. This is technically a testing button. Will we ever make it so you have to reload your gun? Maybe certain weapons might require reload. I don't know. Maybe that could be the downside of certain weapons. Let's delete that. I don't think there'd be a reload. Like a manual reload. I don't know. Event on interact. I actually don't know why. Okay, so problem number 1. We are using the interactable interface to damage actors. I guess that's okay. What? I can't suppose. That means there must be an interact. We must have an interact button. It would appear we do not. We're gonna probably want an interact button to like interact with like chests and whatever. So input. Open this default. There is a IMC weapons. Shoot. I don't know what weapons is, but it's interesting. Is that being used anywhere? If I try to delete this one, okay, it's going to show that. Okay, so this one's just not being used. Okay, so shoot, secondary, primary. Again, goodbye. This is a singular press thing, so we're just going to duplicate jump, I guess. I don't think this needs any triggers. Yeah, I don't know if it needs any triggers. A single press button, does it require any triggers? Hold and release. What is the point of hold and release? Trigger fires when input is released after having been actuated for at least hold time threshold. I don't think we really need any triggers. I don't think we need anything in here. What's the elevator pitch for this project? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have one yet. Don't really got one yet. It's a Doom slash Dishonored slash Risk of Rain roguelite with a focus on melee combat and spells and stuff and whatnot. I don't know, we'll figure it out while we go. I wouldn't call it a boomer shooter, no. I'd actually want to step away, like stay away from it becoming a boomer shooter, personally. So while there is influence from Doom, I think it's more the fantasy element of it than the actual gameplay element of it being a boomer shooter, I suppose. While I do like the grittiness of boomer shooter, do not get me wrong. Okay, so interact will be on E, and on controller, it will be... We have no controller controls in here. We only have jump. I guess we'll worry about that later. Sure. Okay, so interact. Line trace by channel. Maybe we want to do a multi-line trace? No, we just want to do a line trace to interact with an actual certain thing, and then we probably want to do... Do we have a crosshair? I was about to explode. We do. So it's going to be interesting using enhanced inputs way of doing stuff here, because we might be able to actually use the elapsed seconds for the the holding strong attacks and stuff like that. We could probably utilize all of that here, which is cool. It means I don't have to code in my own values for like hold times and stuff like that. Instead, it's already held straight into the actual action itself, which you wouldn't be able to do in UE4. You'd have to do all of this stuff yourself. Did you know that your sub gets you a personalized voice line from Krim? I hope that promo is still active. The promo was just for yesterday for the 5 minutes that I... the 5 minutes that I said it. Lots of blood and gore. Ideally, I think that'd be cool to have. Like, I think it'd be really sick, and it could be even like a hook or a driving force that wherever you slice an enemy or attack them, it does something different. I think that'd be really cool. I played around with that in the zombie game parody, right? Being able to like hit enemies' legs and it would like their legs would just come off and then it would adjust how they move and stuff. Could be cool doing that here. Maybe scope creep? I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Oh, right. Yeah, triggered would be a tick, wouldn't it? We probably want started. Yeah, it's going to get some taking used to again for all of this. Okay, so the start point would be our camera. Was I using Ongor? I was, yes, I was using Ongor. What was the PG rating for Super Hire? I did not get a PG rating. Or I don't think I got a PG rating. I think the game has a rating for like Brazil and stuff because that's like an easier one to do, or Germany. And I think it was technically rated T, maybe more. I don't remember. Might be rated M. Yeah, I'm gonna have to change that. Operator? Operation? Math? Fuck. Node? Well, first off, double press, double click, navigates to parent, turn that off. And then, what was the other one to bring back the math nodes? Math. Operation. Blueprint editor, blueprint editing. The game was rated 18 plus in Germany because of the violence and comically huge, realistic blood splatters. Classic. I think it was namespace. I think it was this one. Enable a namespace editor features, or maybe it's something different. Let me see. What was it called to have, like, instead of this defaulting to plus vector or being multiply? Type promotion. Oh, thank God. They actually put it. I didn't even read the. There we go. God, that's so shit. I'm not gonna lie. Having to go through the process of like 5 million different buttons just to do something. So ass. Oh, oops. Oops. Do I have a kill all button? Because these enemies are kind of annoying me. Okay, we are going to want to half, maybe not half. Let's set it to a distance of 300 and we'll go with that. So this is going to be our interact key, but it's also going to be our punch key. Yes, punching. Are you not required to get rated to release on Steam? You can do a... there's a term that they use. There is a thing that you can fill out to allow the game to be released in certain countries, because some of them require a rating. But you do not need an ESRB or a PEGI rating to release on Steam. You might need an ESRB or PEGI rating on consoles. Certain consoles, I believe PlayStation and Nintendo require a rating, but there's probably a chance that they can do it for you. I don't know. But on Steam, no. You don't need to like go out. You know how much it costs to do which one is it? ESRB? I think it's like $500 or some shit. Something stupid. It's something stupid, I remember. I think PEGI is the free one. Yeah, for Steam, there's like a content survey for like Germany, and I think Brazil also has one, and various other ones, and they're all kind of like, you know, all combined together in some ways. So that is the only thing you need, but you don't need to get it done by a third party. That process, I looked into that process. Doesn't look like a good time. It don't look like a good time, let me tell you. Okay, so we got the bare beginnings of an interact system. I'm actually gonna move these guys to fall into a pit because they're gonna be annoying while I test shit out. All right, you guys go over there. Oh yeah, right. They have a tick system where if they're farther away, their tick rate is like really slow. Goodbye. See, the Sword Slashes doesn't have a buffer system. I'm like trying to click and I have to like double click really fast. It's really annoying. Maybe I can quickly put that in too. Are we gonna have a curve for the arrows? If you try to shoot it too early, I think so. Maybe we could do the same thing that we had here, where it's like if you shoot at a specific time, maybe it deals more damage. I don't know. We could always do that. Maybe it could be weapon-based. Maybe some weapons have that, some weapons don't. So many options. We could do 5 million things with this game. Would it make it better? I don't know. I don't know, I just work here. But first, the punch. Let me see. I don't know how I did the animations. I want to say I probably used Blender. Animations. Attack Anims 2, Attack Anims 3. I think I did use Blender. I did use Blender. Hear my scope creep my game 2 weeks before the launch date and started a new feature. How do we stop this shit? Are the things you want to put in worth it? Are they worth the time? Are they worth your time? Are they worth the effort? Something doesn't seem right about the animations for this. Like, why does our wrist look like a strudel? Past me was probably like, ah, fuck it, whatever, let's go in. Where is this rig from? I want to say this is Auto Rig Pro, and we just deleted all the other bones that we don't need. Okay, the punch. How do I add a... Oh, fuck. How do I add an action again? Create new action. Let's go ahead and save this as a new copy. Attack items 4. And let's go ahead and do a new action. Call this punch. Okay, I think we are going to do, like, I know it's technically not correct, but we're going to do a little bit of a roundup, like a, what do you call that in martial arts? We're going to do a little bit of like a pullback, which you're technically not supposed to do. But the reason why I want to do that is for our charge up. So first few frames, we're going to pull the arm out of frame. Is this auto keying? What's the key button again? K? K? Add key, K. Why aren't you supposed to do a pullback? I don't remember what they say in martial arts. It shows to your opponent that you're about to punch with that arm or whatever. How do you key again? Do you like Elden Ring? 6,000 frames build up and 3 frames to ring. How the fuck do I auto key again? What's the, or not auto key, what's the button to key? I forget what the button to key is. Add a key, K? Yes, it was K. I think we'll just do location rotation. And within this frame, we're also going to go into a punch. If I remember correctly, it's... How do I turn this into a fist again? There's a controller for this. Shit. Is it not scale? I swear there's a way of... Oh, it's these at the very beginning. So let's go ahead and we'll key all of these. Actually, in scale. I think because we are scaling these. We want to do local. The hell's my guy's fingers? What's wrong with his fingers? Is there a different fist controller that I should know about? You Blender. Guys, come on. Come on. It doesn't really feel like a fist and more like something else. So what we're going to do, we'll start with this as a base, and then I think we're going to want to adjust it because I'm not a big fan of how the fist looks. So let's go ahead and start this off with our individual origins. I think this is the problem. The root finger does not actually rotate either when going into the fist. Okay, so let's just start with that. I think this is auto keying now, is it not? Yes. Okay, so now it's keeping my changes, which is good. Control rig OP. Yeah, maybe one day I'll use control rig. Today's not that day right now, though, because I'd like to, you know, I would like to finish this. I'd like to at least have a pose. No one's gonna see the bottom of the hand anyways? Yeah, I don't need to worry too much about it. As long as it looks okay. And then we're gonna want this punch to go near the center of where you're aiming. Let's do a little bit extra movement. Where's this beginning frame? Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Is that not the thing I want to frame? Oh, it's this one. Okay, so keyframe here. And then we're going to want to return it back to frame 12, I guess. So we're going to do copy this, frame 12, we'll bring it back. Probably want that to be a lot slower. Probably want some shake. Probably want a little bit of shake. What are we going to do with the punch? It's going to be the interact key, but it'll also be like an alternative attack button. And then that way we can do some really cool, fun, like perk stuff where if you wanted to, you could do like a punch and kick build if you wanted to. And so that's going to be kind of like the idea. There we are. That's a bit of the idea. Did you see the state of the fingers hit by the gun in some of my animations? Dude, I'm telling you, some of my animations on this character already are like insanity. Let's do a bit of twist. Do a little bit of twist. Let's go a little bit of twist going. I think the release time is too slow. Or it's not too slow, it's too fast. Let's do maybe frame 15, which means we want this to be frame 15. Still too fast, the release. I think we want this to be like frame 18. How do you generate a shake again? There's a way of generating shake in the curve. That could be a good way of generating some sort of like hit feeling. Can I not do it? Oh, I can. Of course, the modifier. Is modifying everything. It's editing all of the curves, but anytime I change any of the parameters, it's not changing all of them. Great. Oh, it adds a new one. Oh, that's shit. Where'd you get the UE mannequin rig? Auto Rig Pro is where I rigged it. Like, I'll probably add a little bit of camera stuff, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. Also, Scotty, have a good one. Have a good one. I think we, like, maybe frame 20 is where we want to go. First person animation is crazy to me. That's not too bad. It's just a lot of work. It's just a lot of work. That's all it really is. I'd like to get that noise to work because we could get a really cool feeling when we're over here. Right here, if we could generate some, like, a little bit of shake. Zero 0.2, scale of 0.5. I think it's too short. So let's copy that, and then let's get some other frames in here. And then paste that in there. That is way too enormous of an impact. Oh, we'd probably also want to blend out. Let's do 3. Okay. It's like really subtle. Can you see your feet in first person? You cannot see your feet, but you can kick. Which I know feels really weird, but... I also think we want a little bit of movement in our right arm to get a little bit of that momentum in there. I think that's probably what we'd want. Oh, great. How is our weapon? Oh, our weapon is attached to everything else. Okay, so what we'll do, weirdly enough, I'm seeing some keyframes here for the weapon. We're going to move our weapon back. And maybe pull it a little bit out of frame. Hold on, I'm trying to like picture what what we'd probably want. There, maybe like a little bit of a kickback. I could see this getting pulled back a little bit. It feels natural-ish. What's my idea about new game? Roguelite slasher hacky man's fuck shit up demon man stuff. Climbing tower roguelite. Yeah. Video game. Video game. You know, instead of this being a jab, maybe it should be more like a little bit more curvy. A little bit more curvy might be kind of good. Like, maybe doing more of like, almost like a, maybe instead of a jab, maybe we do more of like a really strong punch. But maybe that could be the strong punch, is like a really big, curvy swing. So this could be like the light punch. And then the other one could be like a really big curvy punch. Yeah, I think the curve is lasting too long. And then if we actually hit something, we could do a little bit of a little camera shake or whatever. Peace out, Bane. Have a good one. Arr! It feels kind of strong-ish. How did you add that shake? When you select a frame, you can go into modifiers when you hit N in the curve editor. And there's modifiers, things like noise and whatever, step interpolation, etc. And you could do some really fun stuff here, like some really, really cool effects. It should be a game where your HP is determined by your FPS. Surely that'll go well. You know what I'm thinking? Because we want the arm to be more, like, noticeable, I actually think, because we want to make the arm easier to read, I actually think moving this down here is the play. Hear me out? It's because we'll see the arm a bit better. We'll be able to read the arm a bit better and read the punch better. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Which also means we probably want to rotate this more like this. I do think we want more follow through though. Not backwards. The reverse punch. Just casually rip shoulder out of socket just to make the punch more readable. Yeah, that's first person for you. That's first person for you. You kidding me? Hell to the yeah. Okay, let's see if we can export this now. If I remember how to do this. If I remember how to. Let's see if I do. I forget. Is this end time different based off of which animation you're using? Nope. I remember that was a thing I had. That was... save this. Okay, force it to save. Otherwise we lose our punch because it had a 0 next to it, which is fucking crazy. Considering we literally animated some of it. Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. You're using AutoRig, use the AutoRig exporter. Update required. Don't do that to me, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Let's just try exporting the FBX. Let's see if this is how I did it. I don't remember. Bake animation. I would like to use the AutoRig export. Okay. It is not showing the action name. Oh, it is. Okay, never mind. It is showing it. Okay, so this is going to be animation sequence underscore character underscore punch dash light. I guess this would be light punch for now. There's a Resident Evil bug on PS2 where FPS was tied to your health. If you just looked away from the enemies, your FPS would go up and you were invincible. Game development, baby. We had a weird Python trace error, which hopefully did not break the export. Please. Oh god, what is this new... I see interchange, and I'm pretty sure you can disable that. SK mannequin arm skeleton. Interchange feature flags import FBX 0. Okay, I'm gonna want to use that because fuck this. It would appear our fingers have left the chat room. SK character arms. Was I using the wrong skeleton profile? Character. I think this is the one. What's wrong with my fingers? Is it, okay, maybe it is an error with the export here, because we do have an error on the export here. When we export, we get an error for some reason. We get a Python trace back from ZenUV, which is confusing, because I'm not even using ZenUV. The thing is, I'm using AutoRig Pro, which worked perfectly fine. So it has to be the import doing some weird shit. The animation's there. It's working just fine here. Maybe it's because we scaled and scaling is not exporting correctly from here. Could potentially be that. SK new character arms. This is the skeletal mesh, but what is the actual skeleton? SK mannequin arms. skeleton, which I'm pretty sure that's what we're using for the import. Can I use that console command in editor? Looks like I can. Let's try importing now. There we go. This is what I want. This is the right one. This is the one. This is my import. My fingers are still broken. It would appear also the arms are broken. I bet you I bet you I probably just used traditional FBX export. Let's see if I did. I don't know if I did. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I should be able to just re-import this, right? Failed to re-import. Doesn't contain the root track. I don't remember what I did for the export process. I don't remember. I don't know. Was anything in here changed? UE4 Legacy. I'm probably using the Legacy skeleton, if I were to guess. Spine 010203. Yeah, that's Legacy. So I don't know why this is set to whatever it was set to. Maybe that's what was breaking it. Maybe that's what was breaking it. I don't know. Yes, it was. Except we got some fingers that are misplaced. It's always got to be something new. Oh wait, hold on. These are also apparently misplaced. And also, it would appear we've turned the arms into strudels. So that is probably one setting in the rig, which is probably the Anim IK bones and We got the export twist, but I don't know if we want to export the twist. But let's try it out. Let's give it a try. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Very good. Yes. Yes. Very good. Yes. Incredible. Incredibly well done. Yes. Why is it every time that I just want to do an animation, it's always got to be something fucked? Like, why can't it just retain the settings I gave it? Why can't it just retain the fucking settings? Mothers. Control rig wood, guys. It's not helping. Guys, it's not. That doesn't help me. With all due respect, that doesn't help me. Okay, I'm just saying. Doesn't help me. We're still getting that error, which is concerning. Have you considered getting good at your job? I thought about it. I thought about it. It's a bit of a hard thing to think about, though. The arm is still a little fucked, though. Not too... Oh, wait. That's apparently just the arm. Apparently our arm is just fucked. I thought his job was watching MRE reviews. I wish that was my job. That'd be awesome. I'd like this to finish at frame 20, which I believe I can just do this from... Okay, we did it. It took 5 million years. How'd you fix that twist shit? I went to Legacy, I did a bunch of shit here. I went to Export FBX, I turned off Export Twist, which I don't know if that's necessarily. We could try. Let's try turning it back on. Okay, it's fine. We can keep that, I think. Maybe. God, do you see that ghosting? Did you guys see that? On stream? That doesn't even make any sense. What the fuck is that? God. So you don't know how you fixed it? No, guys. I know I fixed it. I fixed it with the legacy buttons here. Old arms, feet orientation, blah, blah, blah. Old UE humanoid twist bones. Now, this only works if you're using the old UE4 skeleton. And I know I'm using the old UE4 skeleton because I only have 3 spine bones. UE5, if I believe correctly, is like 5 or 4 spine bones. There's like a bunch of spine bones. I don't need all those spine bones, okay? Listen. I can commit self-fellatio with 3 spine bones. I don't need 5. I do not need more spine bones. Alright, anyways, shut up. Let's get started. Yeah, let's get started. Peace out, Nord. Have a good one. If you added another spine bone, does that make it no longer legacy? I think you can add one in AutoRig Pro and it'd be fine, but I don't know how the export would work, so you're on your own for that one. You're on your own for that one, buddy. Let me find our kick. I'm going to duplicate that. This will be light punch, although this is not like the correct thing that I'm going to do, but... Huh. Why are we facing that direction? So you're telling me this guy is facing the wrong direction? And you're telling me he's facing the wrong direction? And you're telling me he's facing the wrong direction. You're telling me. You're telling me this motherfucker. Right click edit. Right click edit. Right click edit. No? Okay, guess not. Right click. Why are these motherfuckers facing X forward? Why are they facing X forward? Anybody want to answer that question? Why are they facing X forward? I thought it was supposed to face Y forward. And in this here, we face Y forward for some fucking reason. Oh, I bet you they're in their import settings. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Aha! Take that, stupid shit. I gotta delete the extra frames again. Look at that. Look at that beautiful shadow ghosting. The bright side. Weak ass punch. Hey, come on, man. Hey, come on, man. It's a light punch. Funny enough, is this the exact same timing as the kick? I think it is the exact same timing. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Pretty funny. All right, let's... Yeah, we could probably, like, extend the punch a lot. Like, we could. Just saying. I'm just saying. We could extend the punch. It's got more punch to it, too. He's gonna mess things up again? If one motherfucker says something stupid one more time... Wait, can I not specify the range of just this animation? I don't think I can. Man, this stupid thing is so stupid. I'd like to re-import the light punch, please. Thank you. What? That didn't do anything. Why does that not feel any different? There we go. Now we gotta punch. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that'll break a few noses. That'll break a few noses. Oh! Okay. Now we put the punch in here as our beginnings for our punch. I'm hungry. Punch comes straight from the hips. My boy doesn't have hips. You just gotta figure it out in first person. Something's wrong with the animation. The duration is extended much further than it actually is supposed to be. I think I do want it to be right in the crosshair. I think methinks crosshair good. In crosshair, very good. Punch crosshair, very good. Very good. Export. Punch light. Now, everything in the game, ideally, should have a hold version. So kick would have a hold version, punch would have a hold version, and it would be like a stronger punch. Kick would have a stronger version. The attacks would have a stronger version. That's what I'm thinking. So then that way, if you're holding the button, the release is going to be like almost instantaneous. It's going to feel real good. It's going to feel real good. Hope the post-launch has been good. It's been good. I don't really have like many complaints. I think for a first game, I think we didn't do a half bad job. Yeah, I think having the ability to like have strong attacks, I think will be pretty sick. What is our blend out time? 0.15. You know, we can extend that to like 0.3. Our blend in time is way too long though, because we don't see our now, of course, we could do multiple things at once right now. We'll have to fix that. Don't worry. Let's make a deal damage. That's where the goods are at. Where is our... Let's just copy the code from the kick then, I guess. Kick. F. It checks if any montages and can attack. Let's go ahead and copy that. If true, if false, we'll just go straight into just interaction. Here we'll do a sequence. This is our interact code. If there's going to be different sword skins for beating levels, can we have an inspect weapon when he places it in his left hand to look at it? Ideally, I think it'd be cool to not just do skins, but like actually completely different weapon types. I think that would be very cool if we can do that. But that is obviously like a nice to have scope thing. I think I'm gonna do something different than I did with Sue for Hire and make it so I'm gonna code the system around being able to add different weapons. It's just we won't have it yet. So then that way it's not a pain in the ass to add that whenever we want to. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna go back to the kick. We do a camera shake, which is interesting. A camera shake before the animation even begins. I want to see what that looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's like necessary. It just doesn't add anything to it. To the kick, I can see it, but yeah. I have an idea. Hey, I got a great idea. Whoa. Not that. That's a horrible idea. Horrendous. I also think we can put the sequence here instead. And then get started with our light punch. Okay, cool. We're gonna have to change all of this. And ideally, at some point, we want to move some of this stuff to C++. Like, I don't think it's necessary to do that, to be honest, right now, but... Cool, so we have a camera shake, actually, for when... If I wanted an arrow on the ground, would I make it a mesh or a decal? It depends. Like, is it like an actual arrow? I'd probably just do a mesh then. Okay. We got a punch. I'm pretty sure the punch should work now. I'm going to lower the launch character, the amount of launch character we got going on here. And I'm also going to lower the amount it launches enemies. So let's see if that looks good. Funny enough, we still have these guys highlighted. It's still playing the same sound effect. Okay. We need a different sound for that, man. That's gonna... What is that? What the hell is... What is that sound? Didn't the box trace? Impact smack deep. Man, get the hell out of here. Interesting stuff. Invalid action. Laser pull. Light. Metal clang. Metal thud. Let's do flesh. Flesh impact. Please tell me that's not too loud. I'm going to lower the volume of this. Yeah, I think I like that a little bit better. That's like already like 10 times better. Just a tiny little stupid sound change makes that much impact. So it'll be interesting to figure out. It's not the same as the sword sound. It's the same, but it's better than what it was before. I don't even know what he was trying to be before. There's also other sound effects missing, but the real question is what is the difference between the sword slash and the punch currently? Like, why choose a punch over a slash? That's gonna have to be a question we figure out. I don't know how much damage this deals. Charge punch could stagger enemies for a bit, right? But then the question is, what would be the difference between a kick and a charge punch then? I want to do a couple things. Punch. I want to do a couple things. First off, that. Are you tracing hits lines and distance or hitbox? It's like a it's a hitbox. It's just a box trace. I'm thinking it'll be like a roguelite Rax, yeah. Roguelite with permanent progression. That's kind of how I'm thinking. So as you go up the 100 floors, you start unlocking like shortcuts to go like and skip floors. And then the longer you take, the stronger enemies get. So it's like as you work your way up, or how I'm picturing it in my head currently, as you work your way up, it becomes a little easier to get higher up and up. And then, yeah, that's kind of how I'm picturing it. Okay, that feels a little bit more punchy. Next up, the reset time for the punch. Is way too slow. I think we can make it so the punch has like, you can punch a lot more. There's an issue where you can like double punch. I think if we can figure out ways of making the punch like different enough, I think we can come up with some interesting stuff. No, it's supposed to not allow you to attack. But for some reason, like right here, it sets can't attack to false. Should stop all montages. Maybe that's what's going on. It's interrupting its last one. I don't know. It seems like it's no longer happening anymore. There's something funny about the punch. Like, I think we can make it so the punch starts off weak, but then as you get more perks to make the punch stronger, we might be able to do some really fun stuff there where it's like the punch build has like, you could blow up enemies or something by just punching them. I think there's a bit of room for potential there. And of course we got to consider the charge up punch and charge up kick as well, right? So like that's another element of things that could occur there. The reset time is only for the light punch right now. So once we do like strong punches, we can figure out all that stuff. Please make it have a squeaky sound when hitting enemies. That'd be so funny. Oh, we'll definitely do some like intensity stuff. Why we need punches if we have a sword? That's where I think we make some stuff unique based off of the different items that you can get. And then I think we can make it so maybe enemies that are vulnerable, maybe like punching them. I don't think I'll do executions again, because then if I do executions, it's like, it's too much animation work, and I don't want to deal with that. And then someone said that punching and kicking could also stagger enemies. We could make it so like that just fully stops an attack from going through. But I think ideally we make it so punching and kicking has some sort of synergy with the other actions in the game and have their own unique touch to them as well. If I never use Blender for animation, would you recommend to use UE or Blender for simple animations? I'd say just try them all out. See which one vibes best for you. If you're already into UE, try out Control Rig. Give Control Rig a play with UE. Yeah, I want to make it so the kick, kind of like what it does in Suit for Hire, kick like topples into other enemies. And then it could be really funny making it so like smaller enemies, like for example this spider here, could like launch farther away into enemies. And you could almost use them as a weapon. I think that, you know, is fun. Like things like that I think is fun. Where? I just got to figure out how do we do some active ragdoll stuff. That would be the next question. But the punch is fun. I think we could do some really fun combo stuff here. No idea the punch could knock back the fireball into enemies that are being shot at you. Right, we could do a bunch of stuff like that. For sure. The base moveset should be fun with all the bonuses for at least a good 3 minutes. For sure. I think we'd want the base combat to be fun, but as time goes on, if you're not like upgrading things properly, then obviously, you know, we do want like a little bit of a difficulty curve as you play the game. I'm probably going to make the dash distance shorter. as like the base value. But I think for now, for testing, I think it's good. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for dropping by. I'm gonna go eat something. I'm hungry. We've got the project slowly getting into place to start working on stuff. These are all parented to C++ classes, which is good. I think tomorrow... So we got the interact key / punching, which is nice. Good start. Swap out range weapon with bow and arrow. Yeah, that would probably be a nice thing. And then I do want to get started on the strong attacks. I think that would feel really good, is playing around with that. Once we figure out one strong attack, figuring out all of the other strong attacks / charge ups should be relatively straightforward workflow wise. Yeah. Yes. Also, instead of left hand, have a firepower. That would probably be one of the abilities. Yeah. Am I looking for a composer for my game? I am not. I am not currently. I believe I already have a composer lined up, most likely, so. Yeah. I'm something of a composer myself. No, I'm not. I'm something of a composer myself. Is it Tallow? Most likely, if he's up for it. If he is up for it. And if we strike a deal. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for looking, chatting, sticking around. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, yeah, Thursday. Yeah. Good stream. Good progress. We're making good progress on the project. We changed the name of the project. I think I'm feeling good. I think. Webcam is still tilted? No, it's not. What the hell are you talking about? You know, I think it's my monitor that's tilted. Whatever. Deal with it, man. All right, goodbye. Have a great day. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chatting, and sticking around. Tomorrow, longer stream? Question mark? You kidding me? I don't know about that. We'll see.